All right, folks, saddle up for a whirlwind tour of Hemingway's A Clean, Well-Lighted Place, where we dive into the deep, dark, but very well-lit abyss of existential dread and attempt to fish out a chuckle or two along the way. Remember, with Hemingway, it's all about what's not said, which is pretty convenient for someone who's about to try and make you laugh about nothingness. In the blue corner of this Spanish cafe, weighing in with several glasses of brandy, we have our protagonist, the old man. This guy's been drinking like there's no tomorrow, and considering his recent attempt to shuffle off this mortal coil via ceiling fan, he's maybe not banking on many tomorrows. He's got the young waiter, the embodiment of impatience itself, raring to kick him out and clock off. Meanwhile, the older waiter, our champion of empathy, gets it. He understands that sometimes you just need a place that's clean and very well lit, to fend off the existential cricket chirps. So, the young waiter is all, "Old men are like yesterday's newspaper, good for nothing but wrapping fish," to which our older waiter sage nods sympathetically, and internally, muses on the vast, yawning chasm of nada. Yep, that's right, folks. We're not in Kansas anymore. We're knee-deep in a nihilistic fiesta, where the only thing on the menu is a piping hot cup of nothing. As the old man toddles off into the night, dignity intact, because he didn't spill his brandy, take that, youth, our views shift to the older waiter, who's now philosophizing about the Big Nada burger with a side of existential fries. He ambles off to another cafe, a less classy joint because irony tastes better at 3 a.m. Ordering his cup of nada, coffee, but make it metaphysical, he faces the same incomprehension from the night barman that he showed the old man. A nice circle of life moment there, or rather, circle of nothing. Home is a long way off, a beacon of sleep unattainable until the light returns to vanquish the dark. A bit like waiting for a text back from someone you double-texted, the horror, the nothingness. Now let's dive into the nothing burger analysis. If this story was any more about nothing, it'd be a Seinfeld episode. The blankness of the characters, the sterile setting, the lack of names, it's Hemingway's way of stripping down to life's undergarments to reveal the nothingness label sewn in the tag. Our dear old men, both the drinker and the thinker, are doing their darndest to rebel against the void with their little light of dignity. It's like lighting a candle in a blackout and pretending you meant to have a romantic dinner alone. Meanwhile, the young waiter is just itching to Instagram his wife's cooking. He can't fathom why anyone would stare into the abyss when you can just binge-watch Netflix instead. Hemingway, that sly dog, is using the cafe as a metaphor for, wait for it, human existence. Clean, well-lighted spaces are the illusions we conjure to fend off the dark cuddle of nada. The old man seeks solace in the light, the older waiter in the ritual and dignity of the cafe. Both are clinging to their rafts of sanity in the vast sea of nothing. As for the young waiter, he's still figuring out that his raft is actually a pool noodle. In the end, our older waiter is left mulling over his nada-infused parody of the Lord's Prayer in a dive bar, because nothing screams existential crisis like swapping out the holy for the hollow. So, next time you find yourself in a clean, well-lighted place, sipping on your drink of choice, just remember, Hemingway's tale is a gentle, or not-so-gentle reminder that sometimes the best we can do is keep the lights on, both literally and metaphorically, as we grapple with the great big nothing burger of life. And if that's not worth a chuckle, I don't know what is. If this video was helpful, please hit subscribe to help the channel reach our first 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for watching. This has been another Bookly Crash Course.